Hi guys, welcome to Phone Arena. Today we're taking a look at the Nokia C201, a feature phone from Nokia with Series 40 on board, 3G connectivity and a 3.2 megapixel camera. Starting off with the screen, we can see a screen with a resolution of 320 by 240 pixels. This provides decent pixel density as it's only 2 inches, and viewing angles are pretty good as well. So while everything looks good on the screen, the fact that it's 2 inches is a little bit uncomfortable. With 3G on board, we'd expect a phone with online focus to have a larger screen to make web browsing that bit better. Nevertheless, like we said, the quality is decent. Below the screen are 2 soft keys, a chiclet-style call and end button and a D-pad, while underneath that is a numeric keypad. The keys on the keypad bulge out a little bit and are easily distinguishable, however maybe a bit small for some people. Around the handset and side and the D-pad itself is a chrome-like trimming. Sadly though, it isn't chrome, the entire handset is made out of plastic. Nevertheless, this feels robust and solid. Underneath the handset is a in-call microphone, while to the right hand side is a flap for a micro USB port, to the left is a flap for a micro SD card, and on top you have your 2mm Nokia charging port and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Flip the device over and you've got the 3.2 megapixel camera, no flash and no autofocus, and finally your in-call speaker. Overall, we'd say the device feels pretty comfortable in the hand. It's nicely shaped in the back and is curved, but the Nokia haven't taken any risks. It's a very safe device and a very traditional one at that. So if you like the functionality, as far as design goes, you can't really go wrong with this. Now we can take a look at the interface of the Nokia C201. We see it runs Series 40. This remains a virtually unchanged version of the UI, so we won't go into too much detail. However, we can see with our home screen we've got these 4 widgets, spaces for widgets, which we can populate with widgets of our choosing by going through the options menu and changing empty space to include widgets or removing widgets from our home screen. This is all very simple and intuitive and adds a nice bit of functionality to a feature phone UI. Press the main menu button and there's very few changes from the standard Nokia fare. In fact, none whatsoever unless you have network specific content from your provider. The OV store is present and allows you to download a few applications which can make the feature phone more functional, but nevertheless these pale in comparison to smartphone operating system app stores. Some standout features include the gallery, which is quite attractive. It's a very standard grid system, however is simple and intuitive to use and works pretty well, allowing you to zoom in and out of photos, making use of the pretty attractive screen well. As far as music content goes, you can access these in standard formats such as playlists, artists, albums, genres, and you can also access video content. As far as video and photo taken on the device, the photos do look pretty good outdoors for the most part, unless you're trying to take anything remotely near you. However, indoor shots do tend to suffer considerably due to the lack of flash and autofocus. Also, low light handling isn't great, so you'll see quite a lot of noise. Video content on the device all looks pretty shaky. If you view the content on the phone, it's okay and you probably won't notice it, but as soon as you start exporting your media, that's when you see some real artifacting, and in addition you'll also see some choppy frame rates. Given the 3G connectivity on board, and the fact that Opera Browser is preloaded, we'll take a look this time at Opera Browser and not Symbian's Series 40's proprietary browser. We can get a page overview, which we can control using the D-pad, and to zoom in on a section, we can click in. We're happy Opera Browser's in place, as this offers a much more smooth experience than the standard Series 40 browser, which we found tended to hang quite a lot. So we can go back to the page overview, control our functionality, and then zoom right in. On the 2-inch screen, doing all this zooming and overviewing is quite unintuitive. However, Opera does do the best job it possibly can, given your screen real estate. Other connectivity features include Bluetooth, and there's also maps on board. As far as performance goes, you won't find any slowdown, as the UI isn't particularly demanding. In addition to that, battery life is a good few days. We found, practically speaking, 3 to 4 days of regular usage would wear this battery down. To wrap up, the Nokia C201 is a pretty good phone, but it's not great. Sure, it has 3G on board, but the 2-inch screen really hampers web browsing, and yes, it has a 3.2 megapixel camera, but with no autofocus or flash, again, usage isn't going to be fantastic. Nevertheless, it does come in a robust, traditional candy bar form factor, is stylish enough, and offers some pretty decent multimedia playback experience, specifically music. Alternatives to the handset include the Nokia X3 Touch and Type. This has a larger screen, doesn't come in at too much more expensive, and in addition to that also packs in Wi-Fi. Another alternative would be the Sony Ericsson Cedar. The Cedar offers similar specs, but comes in at a lower price point. Thanks for watching our video review of the Nokia C201. For more on this and other handsets, please visit www.phonearena.com.